And to be fair, let's also discuss having children. For women who have kids in the corporate space, women sacrifice so much to have children. One, whether it's their bodies, whether it's their career trajectories. If you have kids much younger in your 20s, you probably have to take time off, right? And there's the motherhood penalty. People around same career trajectory who are male in the same workplace, you won't have the same trajectory when you come back. They probably will have made much more strides. It will take you years of catching up. And if you have more than one child, that's you lose more ground and keep losing ground. We don't discuss that often enough, right? And we live in societies where we don't have enough childcare. Childcare is not, it should be a public service, but we don't have enough of that, right? So women literally are sacrificing their careers and their bodies to have children. And I think it's okay for women to make choices while reconciling all of that plus society's misconceptions. It's okay for us to have those tough conversations, right? In much other advanced countries, in other different countries where people having children is very expensive in the sense that one, childcare is very expensive. Yes, even here it's a bit expensive, but it's something you have to add on to your to-do list. Yeah. And often those expenses come from, if in a two-income household, they're not often equally shared. And even if they're equally shared, the other unpaid bit of raising, the actual raising, the emotional labor, often many times fall on the mothers, which is invisible work that the women don't get compensated for. But we have to also have those discussions in a broader context of inequality in the world in terms of how gender roles play out in heterosexual relationships, right? And I think that's something we don't often bring up when you're discussing women who choose to be child-free. Yeah. There is also an angle of that aspect, right? Travel and mobility. For example, if you have kids, your mobility is different across the world and within your career trajectory, whether it's money for travel, surplus as we discussed, whether it's travel and for work. Later is when I was grappling with when you look at JDs, willingness to travel as a requirement for mothers. That's not an easy thing.
Yes, yeah.
Either you have to convince employers to travel with their children. Oftentimes, it's a difficult. It's seen as an extra cost.
Or the kids are in school, so you can't pull them out to travel with you. Yeah.
And so I think we don't visibilize those discussions and struggles of mothers enough. And I think for me, I kind of grapple and think about it that way, right? Yeah. And what that means for women who make the choice to have kids in a society where they don't get all the support that they will possibly get. Yeah. And even in terms of the ones who have support, and if you're in a lower middle income bracket, it often falls on another mother, your mother, or another mother who comes from a lower income place for her to come and help you take for your children. Yes. And I don't think we think about care enough when you're discussing people's choices around being child-free or not. Or you're a firstborn and you're already raising kids. And so if you choose to be child-free, you really have already mothered yakutosha, bila choice. And so you're like, hey, how many years am I going to mother throughout my entire life? No.
Yeah. Do you reckon people make that assumption about you because you were the firstborn and you parented your siblings?
Not the ones I speak to. Most of them are like, I'm just selfish or it's hard just being an anomaly.
Yes.
Yeah, but
an anomaly. Oh my God. And this feminism thing.
And this feminism thing.